Hello everyone, enrolled in Art 195, Intro to Digital Media. This is the day one video. Take notes on this because I'm going to show you some stuff that you're going to need for when you get ready to turn stuff in for the second week. Anything that I mentioned kind of quickly that you think, wow, I can't believe Steve didn't go into that in more detail, it's probably because it's covered in detail in the upcoming welcome videos. You'll watch those and then take a quiz on them. And speaking of quizzes, don't think that my quizzes will be the same as last semester if you had me as an instructor. They've all changed to online quizzes and some of the early stuff, just to really emphasize how important it is. They're fill in the blank. You just watch the videos and then write down exactly what I show when I show the answer. But be careful, don't misspell stuff because it is a computer that's grading your work and it can't, give you points for knowing, trying to know what you meant to say. So you got to say what you actually want to say. You'll probably be tired of hearing me say this after the first week, but hopefully the point is made that announcements, Canvas announcements, is the number one thing to always look at in one of my classes and make sure you know what is due for the upcoming week. The best way to get into Canvas is just start at the college's website, click on the Canvas tab. You'll put in the same credentials that you did to sign up for a class to start with, and then it will take you into this home page. Find the class that you're enrolled in with me. It may not be in a box format like this. It may just be a list of classes, but find the class, click on the class. When you go in, you'll be greeted with this home page, and it'll have important reminders about navigating the course and how to click here to download the syllabus. But what I was talking about earlier, announcements are the key thing. And probably at this point, you'll be able to see the first two announcements. So that's the day one announcement, which is pretty straightforward. It just tells you to watch this video that you're watching right now. And we'll have the Zoom invite for the very first class. And then all the announcements after that will be pretty much this format. That they'll be titled with 4, meaning that that's the day that applies to, give you the date, and then the Zoom invite for that particular class will be there. The due date for everything is one day before the class, and I'll go into that in a little bit more detail. But I just wanted you to see what is actually due for the first week while we're here. So after you watch this video, you'll watch the 6 welcome videos. This is a link to where they are located. You'll take a welcome quiz. Then you'll watch 3 more videos, take a quiz on that. And then we'll have a process check for the Celebrity Illustrator, which is one of our first big projects for the class that we take a long time doing. You'll have like 5 weeks to do this, but we do a process check for it each week, and I'll explain those in more detail in those welcome videos. But by the time you start the class, this will be a link, and you'll click on this link to turn it in. But I'm about to show you what you'll have to do to turn this in, being that it is an online class this semester. So here we go. So you'll watch this video, and I basically tell you how to get there by going to my site, which I'm going to show you right now. This is on the top of the syllabus for the class. It's profsteveg.wordpress.com. And then you can basically find anything that you want in there just by navigating. But which is kind of important to learn if you want to go back and watch a video from the past. So kind of get familiar with the menu structure in here. But just to make it foolproof as you're doing the work, I actually put the link that would take you right to the page where the particular thing is on. So back to that Celebrity Illustrator project, you'll watch that first video on that page. You'll go out following the instructions from this video, get a digital image portrait style of a well-known celebrity that measures at least this many pixels, and the video will help you with that as well. And then you're going to place that image in Illustrator, also explained in the video. And to get the low A grade, that's really all that you have to do. Now, to show me that you've done it for an online class, you will turn on your rulers. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. You'll do a screen capture, which I'll show you how to get started with that. and then you'll upload a JPEG or a PNG file that will be generated by doing the screen capture. If you have trouble with the screen capture, you can even just take your phone and get a decent shot of your screen. So let me just show you that. Let's say that this was me just getting started with my project. I have my Illustrator file open. I have my image placed. Now to show the rulers, a couple different ways you can do this. The long way is you go to View, Rulers, and then if you remember the shortcut that comes up here. So if you're on a Mac, the shortcut will be Command R. And let me just show you that real quick. So here's the rulers. Command R, there they are, and there they are disappeared. So all I'm going to do is look and see, okay, yep, looks like they got it set up to the right size, and there is the image. Keep in mind the image is not supposed to fill the artboard. And in fact, you can see that mine like kind of overfills it. So you never ever want to squish an image. Like this would be horribly wrong to do this to make it fit, because what'd you do? You just squished Clint Eastwood. He would not appreciate that. Again, that's not until the second class, but you want to make sure you've got all that information handy here so you know how to do it, because we don't have a whole lot of time that we meet in person in class via our Zoom meetings. Okay, so basically you are taking an online class. This class used to meet from 3 to 7:30, so that was 4 hours. We're just doing a quick meeting and to answer questions and so on, and then basically the rest that you do is all of the items stacked up in the Canvas announcements. So it really truly is an online class, and the key to success with an online class is you've got to exercise discipline, and you've got to set out chunks of time each week, and I go into just how much time in the welcome videos. The welcome quiz that I just showed you must be completed by Tuesday, September 1st, end of day, to avoid being dropped by the class. And you must complete that quiz with an A, because the answers are literally given. Now, on the other stuff, if you want to be late, you can be late, but this you cannot be late. This is basically the way of taking roll and dropping students that are not in attendance. It's like a mandatory thing because the college gets money from the government, and basically the idea is if there are students not enrolled, not participating in class, and we're getting money from the government, that's wrong. So the government wants to know how many students are in your class after such and such date, and if they never showed up or they're not participating, we need to drop you. So be aware of that. You'll hear in my videos a lot that I say design or designer, graphic designer. That's because that's my background. But in a class like this, where it is technically for anyone just wants to know digital media, could be a photographer, illustrator, and so on. So I apologize if I say that and you're thinking, well, he's excluding me. No, everybody's welcome, everybody's included. Just kind of a habit, I guess. And I will have made a lot of mistakes throughout this course, because it's a huge workload getting 4 classes ready to go completely online. So I do want to hear about the mistakes so that I can fix them before other students see them this semester and in the future, and just make things as good and as easy flowing for you as possible. You might be wondering why my videos aren't embedded right there in Canvas, and the reason is I put my videos on this separate site so that I only have to have one table of contents in one place to update mistakes so that it can be as accurate as possible. But like I said, every time I mention the site, there's a link to it, so you really don't have to memorize how to get there. And then what happens is the videos that apply to a particular class will have a table of contents. So if you do go to them a second time and you just want to remember how to place an image in Illustrator, you can say, oh, okay, if I just jump to 4 minutes and 35 seconds into this video, I'll have it. And then as we discover mistakes in the videos, we post them here. And then as I redo the videos, I hopefully do them without mistakes. So I'm going to explain this like 2 more times here, because it's a really important concept to get. All assignments for the week are due by the end of the day before we meet. So if I say an assignment is due on week 3, that means that it is actually due by 11:59 p.m. on the Tuesday before our third meeting. So to kind of make this example crystal clear, our third meeting is actually on Wednesday, the 9th of, and that should be September, at 4 p.m. Anything that is listed due, and remember in announcements they always start with the word for and then the exact date in kind of military format with the day first. Those things will actually be due on the 8th by close of day. And the reason for that is so that when we start our meeting on the 4th, everything that's been turned in will be there uploaded, so that if I need to make reference to it or you have a question about it, I can go right in, delve into it. Everything's turned in. There's no question about were you on time or not. It's a computer, so it's either there before 11:59 and it's on time, or it's not and it's late. And especially in the early weeks, I'll give you a reminder in there so you can see, like, this is the 2nd of September announcement, and it says due, and after due is where I list everything that's due, but in parentheses here I put 11:59 on September 1st, just to kind of remind you at first. I want to talk about some supplies and things that you need to get for the class. So again, if you go to that home page, click on the syllabus link. That syllabus will download either into your downloads folder or at the bottom of your screen, or maybe both. And then just click on it. And so the main thing that you want is the ability to back up your work, and I go into great detail on that in the welcome videos. The textbook for this class is listed right here. There's the ISBN for it. You will need this, starting in the second week of the course. So go ahead and get a hold of that right away. And it's mandatory. It's necessary. It's kind of what drives the course. Like I said, electronic storage. You can scratch this thing, the Epson paper, because we won't be able to meet in person to print unless things really change and we end up back in the classroom. But I wouldn't hold my fingers on that. But if it does come up, we'll talk about it, or I'll find a way to supply the paper to you. And then earbuds, if we were in class, you can do whatever you like at home, obviously, but always be ready to take notes whenever we Zoom or whenever you're watching a video. Other than watching this video, maybe getting the software loaded up on your computer and the textbook ordered, you really don't have to start any of the stuff in the class module in Canvas. But if you'd like to, by all means, start watching those welcome videos, taking notes. The quiz should be available the first day of the class. And otherwise, I will see you on Wednesday, the 26th at 4 p.m.